Hello, everybody. Hello there. We are going to have a good discussion tonight, and welcome to Mundo Madness Monday. I got my drink on tonight. Ooh, the tall boy. Excuse me, guys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good. Jim, 5 minutes. Yes, sir. I'm into it already. 1 minute. I'm alive right now, buddy. I'm alive right now. How you doing, Jim? Glad you could stop by. So, right now, I'm always positive about a lot of things, right? And, one of the things that I'm kind of sad right now, um, I forgot to pick up some batteries for R2. So, R2, my co-pilot, is dead tonight. Cincy, what up? What up? Chim, hello, sir. Titan, hello, my friend. Hello. Come on in. Come on in. It is nice in here. Yeah, no, it's burning up in my garage, but damn. Welcome all, welcome all. Let's get into the discussion tonight, and that is content stealing. Oh my gosh. This has been happening quite a bit from what I understand. And one of the latest people to get hit by that is John from Collector's Outpost, right? And that's a damn shame that people have to do these things like this. And it's really disheartening to the newbies that are coming in and they see what's going on, they see what's coming out, they see these pictures that somebody else's hard work has, somebody else that has done all the hard work, make the content, do the edits, do whatever, make the saber as badass looking as they can. Mikey, what up, Mikey? Hola, mi amigo. And that's the thing. I'm always trying to be positive about a lot of things, but this needs to come up and get out there. So anybody watching this right now, newbies, especially the newbies, okay, you got to watch out, for things like this because pictures aren't always what they seem. And if you look at some of the content, if you watch some of the content, what people are doing, and you can spot some of these things that are not their actual content. And especially if you follow somebody like John from Collector's Outpost, you look at his stuff and he's got every right. And says it's like you have copyright your videos. Yes, right? I mean, absolutely, dude. I mean that it's crazy and it's nuts though that let's say you guys do all the hard work and you make all these images of your chassis, of your sabers, and people are taking your pictures, your saber stuff, and putting it on their website so they can sell all this total shit, that they're offering. They're offering shit to people, but it makes it look badass because of what you've already done. And it's unbelievable stupid crap, man. I honestly don't see how people can do this. Yes, tonight is a little bit of a rant. Guys, I mean, you know me. I like to be positive things. But one positive aspect of this, though, is people like you all and me right now can get the word out to those future newbies, to those future saberists, to those future hobbyists, that we can give those people the information now of what's going on so they know what to look for, right? That's the positive spin to this. I mean, I hate to be negative on this channel, and I really don't want to, but this information needs to go out. Um, it really needs to go out right now because there's so much of this going on right now. It might have a big ass detrimental dent in the hobby itself. It's going to turn a lot of people off to want to even do anything with the sabers because of all of this that's going on. All YouTube content is copyright, but there is also fair usage too. Yeah, Jim, I mean fair usage, but to a certain extent, right? I mean, you have to. Holy be Jesus, that's a big can of beer. Yes, sir, it is. Only for you, BK. Only for you, buddy. The way this community is how did they think that they could get away with it? Yeah, right? How did they think that John and someone else wouldn't see it? Precisely because people are going to see it. They are going to notice these contents. And I think it happened to Vader's Vault too. I think John told me that it happened to Vader's Vault as well, right? So that Vader's Vault had some pictures and some content out there that salute that that they had put out, and somebody copied their shit and copied and pasted their shit to their website, and it was a real big mess, man. Now there was somebody that did. It's a sad day to hear both John and Jesse at Kyberphonic had some piracy issues recently. Yeah, it is. It is really sad, BK. Um, man, because they work. All of you guys that do the sound fonts work so hard to get all these cool, badass fonts out, and then somebody's got to go and pull stupid shit like that. And I mean, you guys need to get recognized. You guys need to get paid. And you guys, if somebody's going to use your fonts and distribute it, they need to go to you guys and say, hey, you know what, man? I'd like to make a deal. I'd like to be a distributor. Let's make a deal. How would you want to go about doing it? You tell me, and I'm going to make a deal with you. I'll be one of your distributors. I mean, I know it'll be on your font. It's your fonts. You get all the credit. We make sure that it's yours and yours only, you know, and I'll make sure that somebody, pays for your particular font that you're putting out there, or you send me a batch of fonts and you get paid for that batch of fonts. And then when somebody pays me for those fonts, I send you money that way, right? So you got to get with the creator of this content and make sure that they're being paid, make sure they're aware of what you're doing, and get it and do all the necessary steps it takes so that everything is on the up and up. And instead of just taking somebody's pictures and all of this other shit and putting it as your own, and you're selling this stuff, well, you're no better than taking, all the movies, the DVDs that are made from, let's say, Paramount and all that shit, and selling it off to other people, and you're making money off that, and you're not giving Paramount shit for their movies. So, I mean, big time piracy here. And and I get it. Some people want a free thing, but you know what? If you want free content, free stuff, work for it. Look for it. Look for the free shit that's out there. I mean, people put out free stuff every now and then, and if you do your homework, you do stuff, you can get the free fonts and stuff like that. Now, if you do it like me and you don't have that much money, well, you save up your damn money and you buy what you can at that point. And then you wait, you save it up a little bit more and get another one, little bit by little bit, and you build it up. You build it up. And I hope for the future people that watch, here and there, I really do hope you guys understand that even if you bought a font, yes, it's yours for your personal saver, but it is not for you to resell and distribute just because you bought one font. Okay, that's still the creator's font. I mean, yes, use it for your own personal use, but don't just copy it over and over and over again and sell it in your sabers unless you are going to do a deal with the original creator of that content of that font. It's only right. You give them credit, you give them money, you do a deal with them, and it's a done up and up, and have it in writing. Okay, I don't know how many people these day and age want to do a deal with shaking hands. It's all good and lovely, but make sure that you guys put it in writing, because if you don't put it in writing, that's it's a he said thing, or he said she said thing, and by the time you know it, it's a big miss, it's a big loss, and you know what? If you put it in writing, you got something to back yourself up with. I mean, that's just right. Okay. And especially if you're going to be a distributor, Don't screw over the creator, man, because the creator is going to keep giving you content left and right. Both of you can prosper on this whole thing, but it's not going to prosper, and it's going to turn a lot of people off if you continue to sell things that are not yours without their permission. I mean, get and it. I don't know about you people, but I'm not shy about talking to people, man. If I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna hit them up. I'm gonna say, "Hey, dude, let's do this. Let's do that." Can you do this? Can you do that? Or are we able to? That's what you need to do. I mean, if you're a shy person, okay, write him a letter. I mean, you don't have to talk to him directly. Write him a letter and do it that way. Because if you're up on the up, for there's several good things that can happen if you're on the up and up, right? One, the creator knows exactly what's going on. Two, you really have a decent reputation with both the creator and everybody else that comes across that content that you are distributing, right? Three, when you're on the up and up, you are a person who can be trusted. And if you screw that up, then hey, that's on you. That's not on anybody else. And it doesn't make a shit bit difference how you're going to go about doing it. But if you're up on the up, and in this community, everybody's kind of watching out for people. The bad people, they know who to go to, who not to go to, and what the hell they're doing. Hey, man, I even got my buck, my buck holder for it, dude. I'm hoping to get a big buck this year. I'm hoping, man, but we'll see. But yeah, it's been a doozy of a day, dude. So I decided to get like a little tall boy, man. A tall boy for his fat boy. Man. So right now, R2 be screaming at me like, "Whoa, shit!" Like can right? R2 be screaming, screaming. So again, people, it's a matter of trustworthiness. It's a matter of doing the right thing. Felicia, that's right. It's a Texas-sized beer, right? Now, I'd be doing myself a disservice if I actually took a six pack down right now. Nobody would ever really see the light of day for me for 33 days. But yeah, no, only one tonight, my friends. BK says I need to move to Texas then. This is the way, BK. This is the way. Let's see. Unfortunately, taking legal action would be more costly than last revenue. It see. It depends on how you go about it. Okay. Yes. It could be more costly, but it depends on how you really go about it, and talk to attorneys and so forth of everything first. Um. Yeah, Jim. They come bigger. Uh, man, I tell you what, one of these days I just may have a keg right next to me. Right? She just take me with you, BK. Laugh out loud. You guys are welcome, man. You guys are welcome. This is the way. By the way, I do not if you're underage, I do not condone drinking, guys. Do not do this at home if you're underage. I am of age and I am, well past my prime, so I deserve my beer. And like I said, it's been a doozy of a day. Let's do it. Bring out silly straws. Stick them right in the third. Silly straws. Oh my god, dude. But that's an idea. Silly straws with a beer. Oh my god. Mostly do kegs. Yes, mostly do kegs. Over there at one of the stores, I saw a keg. I kid you not, a small kegger for $20, man. It's a Heineken, and I'm like, oh shit, I need one of those for the weekend, man. Well, of course, it only lasts a day, but my goodness. Yeah, Jim. Yeah, the 32 ounce. Yeah, sir. I kill that in about an hour or two. Yeah, I will kill it within an hour or two. Um, as far as content goes, let's see. Hell yeah, we can all get our own kiddie pools and sit up back sipping. Oh hell yeah, there you go. What? You know what, Cindy? We don't even need kiddie pool. Damn, dude, I just get one of those cow troughs, those big old round galvanized ones, dude, and we'll have a hot tub and everything, and then we can do the kegger. Come on, you gotta go swimming in style, boy. You gotta go. My floaty's ready. You floaties. Oh my god, now I'm back in the 80s, man. Shit, gotta love them things. Oh man, that is too funny, dude. Too funny. I needed a good laugh too. Shit, I needed a good laugh. So, back, yeah, I think I was getting a little too serious, right, with all this. But, again, Heiny Miny Kegs. Yes, sir. 1.7 gallons. Yep. They're pretty good too. I'll bring the foot. Felicia, you better. Bring that funnel and funnel cake to go with it. Shit. Let's not do it wrong. Right? Proving it is also hard. Jim, it may be hard to prove it, but you know what? If you have the original content in your stuff, you can show like John, right? He, with his Saber stuff. If he is the original creator of like what he was doing, and he proves that he shows that he made this video on this day, on this time, and this is what came out. This is what they took. This is the actual footage that they took from my site. Here's the proof right here. Yes, it may be hard to prove, but if you ask how they came about doing that particular stuff, I guarantee you, most times than not, you're gonna prove it. You're gonna prove them wrong. You're gonna prove that what you did was the original content. What they did was copy paste and everything. And I think now these days there are the certain, if I'm not mistaken, there are certain programs that you can actually find out what was copy and pasted and everything. It is a little bit difficult, I think, but yes, it can be done, and they can reverse engineer that type of page and find out where it came from, especially when they track where they got the pictures from, you know. But see, that's where the gray of fair use comes in, and it sucks. Yeah, fair use, but it depends on what fair use because if okay, here's the thing. If somebody is using like I said, that picture from John, right? And they are showing that content on their website as you can get this saber for X amount of money. But what somebody else gets, falsification of what they're actually you know sending that person, then that is just plain stealing, basically, because with the intention to steal, you are using a falsified document, a falsified picture that your sabers are total shit when you're showing them that they're going to get this badass saber. And yeah, no, I mean, that's just the same as stealing. I mean, you cannot, you know, what is it called? False advertisement, right? False advertisement. It would fall under false advertisement because for one, it's not their content. Two, it is not their saber, and three, they don't even have that particular hilt. If they had that particular hilt, they certainly wouldn't be able to replicate what's in it because of the picture. And I don't think they even have the funds to, or even near come close to what that saber was, how that saber was made. So, again, you got to be careful because of the, falsification of shit. I mean, and there's a lot of people out there, and especially some of the Chinese, that they're selling some of this, getting some of those pictures and saying that you can buy this particular saber for what, 30, 40 bucks. And then when you send them your money, you send 30 or 40 bucks, all you get is a piece of metal with plastic shit. I mean, you know, and I'm not going to name a couple of companies that have done that pretty much, so to speak, but you know who I'm talking about. All of you know who I'm talking about. I don't even have to, spend time naming those names because everybody's done a lot of, channels on who to go to and who not to go to and all that crap. But it's just a shame that people really have to go and do that kind of stuff and make it difficult for somebody to enjoy the hobby. And like Cal has worked so hard to make sure that everybody has a positive experience with his sabers. And there's a lot of people out there, that are showing how to do installs, how to do, giving tutorials so that people have a positive experience within this hobby, within this community. And for those that are coming back, that are coming into it, know what's going on. So if you know what's going on, then hey, right? Um, and of course, there's a few people out there that may have some kind of, uh, they'll show you a picture that they have, and they may show you a picture of one of their personal hilts. And they say, okay, well, I'm going to sell you this, and you give me X amount of dollars. But again, you get a piece of crap, because you were not paying attention or you didn't do your homework, and you went to a certain company that was on the list of who to go to and who not to go to. And of course, some of them companies also are getting content from other creators so that they can make themselves look better. Well, why are you going to make yourself look better if you can't actually put in what you are claiming to put out? I mean, really, why not? What is so difficult that you got to take other people's things to make your product look better when it really isn't? Be on the up and up. I mean, if it's a piece of crap, sell it for a crap price. Get it out the door. If somebody's willing to buy it, they're willing to buy it. But you know what? Don't get people out of their hard work that's already done the work, and you're here just taking their shit that they've already done. And that goes for everything in the saber community. I'm talking fonts, I'm talking etches, I'm talking paint jobs. I mean, this goes for everything all around the saber community, not just one aspect of it. I mean, if you're going to have an experience in the saber community, have a good one. Do your homework, have a good one. Know what you're getting into, know how much you can afford, know what you're going to get in return for your work, right? And I tell you, there's some badass font makers out there. Let's see, Jim says, let's see, the gloves just came off for Mundo. Yep. Is this about the Storm Blaster from Vader Sabers, not Vader's Vault? It might be, dude. The Trooper Saber. I don't know. Did maybe Vader Sabers were they one of the ones that got some of their content taken as well? I know because I know a while back, and it's been a good while back that Vader's Vault had a couple of pictures I think that were taken, and somebody caught whoever using some of their content, and they quickly took it down. Excuse me, guys. Whew, I think it was just a matter of weeks when they found out and stuff. He's ready to throw down. Shit, I get enough of this. Yeah, hell yeah, I'll throw down. I don't give a shit. I deal with hitters, fighters, biters, screamers, and scratchers all day long. Shit, ain't no thing but a chicken wing, baby. Now I may get my ass kicked, but hey, I ain't gonna be no wuss and say, hey, nope. I just say bring it. Like I said, I might get my ass kicked, but I say bring it. Let's see. Felicia says YouTube is good, but that's why other sites are gaining numbers. Patreon, Twitch, Kick, Discord, content, discussions. On Collector's Outpost, some of the other companies made a knockoff of Stormblaster, but used John's video. Yes, Jim. That's one of the things. Yeah, that's one of the reasons for tonight's discussion because I saw that happen. Um, they did the Stormblaster, but they did. I think it was the for John's content. I think they used what was it? I think the Palpatine hilt. I think it was. No, 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 it wasn't. I take that back. It was the Windu hilt. Yeah. I think it was the Windu hilt. And so anyhow, I might be getting my stuff mixed up, but I'm pretty sure it was the Windu hilt that he was showcasing, and that's the one that they took. And then Stormblaster hilt. I'm not sure if they took that one too or something else. But yeah, Jim, I mean, there's quite a few people that have used somebody else's content like that. But again, if you're gonna use somebody's content, get a hold of the original maker because the creator. It takes no time to email somebody and say, "Hey, I would like to use some of your content. Would that be okay?" McTooth, what up? What up? How you doing, Tom? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, no, we're talking about some good stuff tonight. I know it's a little bit of a chant, but trying to rip in my CG content. Yep, yep, I know. From 2017. See, again, there we go, right? You got all these other people because they don't want to. I don't get it. I don't get it. How you cannot just go to the creator and say, "Hey, man, would it be okay? I use a couple of pictures from you. Would it be okay if I use this? If I use that? Would you want some compensation?" Talk to the people, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, every sip you take of your big ass beer makes me feel inferior with my little 12 ass. And BK, cheers, buddy. Oh man, I tell you what, this is about two or three beers in it. Two or three beers in one, man. Oh shit. And I bought two of those, two different kinds of beer, but two tall boys. I might hit the other one tonight. I might save the other one till next Monday. I don't know yet. Um, but it is really not that hard to get permission. It's not. At least yes, right? Mention the original creator. Right, Jim. It is not that hard to email the original creator and say, "Hey, dude, would I be able to use this? Is it okay by you? Do I need to compensate you? What would you like in return?" Make a deal with them. If they're not willing to let you use it, then well, Titan, you can say please, and it's usually a magic word, and they may not. But more or less, hey, it's kind of like a give and take thing. You know what? Hey, dude, you know what? If you let me use your picture and I do some good sales, I'll send a little something your way. Or you know what? Let's say BK's. He uses one of John's pictures. He says, "Hey, dude, you know what, John? If you let me use one of your pictures, I'll send you a couple of fonts your way, man. Just mutual respect, and that's what the bottom line of it is. Basically, it's mutual respect, and especially in this hobby, it is super easy to have respect for one another, and especially if it benefits both of you, right? But why in the hell would you actually trash your reputation for something silly and stupid just like that. I don't get it. I mean, unless you're wanting to get out of that hobby and you're going to do a last ditch effort to, do whatever so that you can make this shit ton of money and you're out and that's it, it's still not cool, dude. I mean, don't do it. Don't do it because I don't know about you, but I'd rather have an up and up good reputation with everybody than to pull some stupid shit like that. Excuse the language, but rant tonight, rant going on. I just, the only thing that I can see positive within this thing, within tonight's show, is the fact that we're going to have information out there to the people that are getting into the hobby. And I hope to God that they see this and understand that if they're creating something, that they need to keep an eye on what they're creating and who's looking at it, who's doing what, and who's doing what with it. John, when he got his picture and his content taken, they blocked him, thinking that he would never find out about what they took. And you know, to me, if you're that much of a scumbag to do that shit, then you have no business in this hobby. Really, you really have no business in here. Cause go do your scam somewhere else. I mean, everybody deserves a good saber. Everybody deserves some badass fonts. And everybody deserves respect for what they do, no matter how small the job, how big the job. Everybody in here deserves respect for what they do, even if it's the little guys. I mean, that's it just again and guys, I do apologize for repeating myself over and over again. It sucks because some people won't get it up here. It really, it doesn't register. They can hear what I'm saying and they'll agree with me, but it won't register up here. It won't, you know, sink in. Or that there'll be some people out there that are hearing me right now and they just don't give a shit. I mean, that's what they do because all they see is dollar signs, right? Yep. Yeah, the wife's over here going cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's just Titan goes, that's just the beer. I need to make you know what guys, I need to make a deal with Miller Lite for a Miller Lite saber, right? I'm telling you. That'd be a fucking badass. The blade will light up and you'll see beer coming out of it. Yeah, take that to the bank, right? But no, guys, I can't do that because I'd have to really write them a letter and do that stuff. Um, so, oh wait, Mundo was saying something. Laugh out loud. Just kidding. Oh man, you guys make my day though. I tell you what. Yeah. Oh yeah, my wife makes my day too because I have to see her before you guys. I have to see her before you guys. So come on now. You know that you're true, and I gotta just say because she's standing right there, right? No, I love my wife very well, very much, very much. She's cool. She's cool, dude. She's even bought me some Star Wars lights, man, and all kinds of goodies, all kinds of good stuff, man. So I can't complain. Yeah, she enjoys buying it for me. Yeah. So, and again, I don't know how many people out there in the world that have a mutual respect for these creators that do a lot of work on these things and then take what they've done to put out just so they can make some money. I don't know. Are they starving? If they're starving, there's a right way to do the things. And if you're not willing to do the right things, if you're not willing to put your reputation on the line, if you're not willing to have, a good judge of character within you, then, find something else to do, man. Because, you've got little kids that are waiting months and months and saving their money to buy a badass hilt with some badass fonts, and they get a piece of shit, you know? I mean, it's sad. It really is sad. Oh, let's see, we got a guest in here. John! John, what up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
How you doing, man? John from
Tired.
Collectors is here. Yeah, I believe it, man. And I'm so sorry I do it so late, but man, I get home and it's by the time I get home, get in here, get set up, talk to the kids, talk to the wife and all that stuff, it's already 9:20, man. So just to get set up and everything, it gives me like maybe 10 minutes to get everything. So again, we're talking. You know, you and I were talking a little bit earlier while I was at work and about the content, stealing and stuff.
Yeah.
So which hilt it was I correct when I said it was the Windu hilt that they took?
Yeah, that one was specifically the Mace Windu 89 Sabers Crystal Chamber one. They actually took the video from my page. I don't know if they took it from like YouTube or Instagram or whatever it was.
Hmm.
They removed my logo and Vader Saber's logo off of it, which was on there. They're using my voice, which was on there because I was, I voiced the whole video, right? And it was
Right.
posted on their Instagrams and YouTube and stuff like that. And the owner of Vader Sabers also made his own version of showing the hilt off in it, which they stole and posted on here. The owner of another company, they stole his video and posted it on
Right.
his Instagram. Now, apparently, this is just something that they do. They
Hmm.
also went onto Vader Saber's website and took all the descriptions for all the listings and the names of the hilts and everything and copied and pasted it onto their listings. All
Hmm.
right. So they put no thought into it at all. And it goes deeper than just that because content creators that doing unboxings and reviews and everything, it goes a little bit deeper than, oh, you just stole my thing, or can you ask me for, can I use this photo? Can I use your video? The thing is, for a reviewer or anybody who's making content based on somebody's product that they sent you, you're making your review and an unboxing based on the trust you have with the company that you've built. You're
Absolutely.
now stealing a video based on the trust and everything that you've built with another company, telling people that I back you as a company and I don't. You know what I mean? So it's deeper
Hmm.
than fair usage. It's deeper than anything else, copyrights and stuff like that. I don't back that company. I bought a couple of hilts from them a little over a year ago now. Sorry, I'm like half asleep here.
Yeah, you're,
you
you're
know, I
you're
bought,
you're good, man. It's all good. No worries.
I bought my first NeoPixel lightsaber was actually from Tatooine Lightsabers, right? And then I bought a couple
Hmm.
of ones from them. Um, and what was happening, and I was warned about this well back when I did my first 2 or 3 videos of what I paid for out of my own pocket. It wasn't given to me. I don't have affiliate links with them. I never made a dollar from them, right?
Hmm.
People came along and said, you have no idea what this company does. You need to run away from them. And then I started seeing some content and some write-ups and blogs and stuff like that on how they were stealing content. I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm just going to walk away. They haven't done anything to me personally, so I can't really speak on how it felt from the other side. My channel was new. I didn't exactly know any other lightsaber company, didn't know Art Sabers, didn't know Vader Sabers, didn't even know Vader's Vault. I knew Hasbro and Disney. That was it. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
a toy collector. That's what I've done my
Yeah.
whole life. I know hot toys and all that stuff like that. That's what I've collected. So it was a new experience for me a year ago. And then when other creators, and me being a creator, a musician, and I know about the copyright laws, I know about what it feels like to have your hardworking content, music, whatever it happens to be, stolen from you and
Yeah.
used somewhere else for somebody else's profit. You know what I mean? So as I,
Hmm.
learned more and more about them, I just like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to walk away and be done with it. Now it's a year later. You know what I mean? And then,
Right.
one of my followers sent me like, "Did you know about this?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Sends me a couple of screenshots and everything of what they had going on there. And I'm like, I didn't make that video for that. They took my logos off. They took Vader Saber's logo off. They completely just used it as their own, as if I was backing the company. And I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So if you have any rock star, whatever, backing, let's say Pepsi, right? Let's say you had Michael
Right.
Jackson. Michael Jackson did those Pepsi commercials for years. You know what I mean? He's backing Pepsi. He's being paid to back Pepsi. He's sponsored by Pep, whatever it is. They're sponsoring his tours, whatever. He's backing Pepsi. So you're going to go see Coca-Cola steal the Pepsi commercial and use it on their page? Come on, that doesn't work.
No.
That commercial's not made for Coke. It was made for Pepsi.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And a hilt like that, or anything, any kind of product that comes along, that's an expensive hilt paid for by Vader Sabers for me to review and unbox and everything. And it's gifted to me. I'm not paid by them. I have affiliate links, but I'm not sponsored. A sponsored ad would be if I got paid to, hey, I'm giving you this. I'm going to give you $300 to make a commercial for it. All right.
Right.
I do affiliates, just as like pretty much like every other, content reviewer out there, unless it says paid ad by Audible or something like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
We get a small kickback, a small commission on stuff like that. But through that, you build relationships and you build trust with you and the companies that you work with. And when someone wants to steal that content and use it for their own, as if you're backing them, it's deeper than, oh, I just took your photo and posted it.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And that was one of my major points earlier before you came in, was not only the respect and trust factors, right? But you have a certain reputation as well. You have built your reputation on reviewing these hilts, and a great one at that, because I love the content that you do put out, because you're pretty honest. I mean, you're brutally honest at times with the hilts, and you've got to be, because when people look for that honest opinion of yours, they want somebody who's going to give an honest opinion on the hilt they're potentially going to buy. They don't want somebody who's going to tell them, oh, this is a badass hilt, this is what you're going to get, this is this and this is that, and then when they get it in the mail, guess what? It's total shit.
Yeah.
No, that's not what people are, and that's not a very good experience. And again, I thank you for telling me about this, because I find it our responsibility to protect some of the people out there, and especially the kids and the newbies that are just starting out in this hobby, that they know what to kind of look for. They need to do their homework so they can find these trusted places, the trusted creators that are telling you exactly what you're going to get in a specific hilt, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's mediocre, whether it is an awesome hilt. And again, like our friend, Anthony Space Windu, he makes some great blades. And, when you showcased his blades, you're telling people, hey, this is an awesome blade, but we're going to do a test to see how bright it really is compared to these other blades. And so people can see exactly, what they measure up to.
Yeah.
And, so you, and because it comes to the trust factor, right? People are trusting you to give them a good review, to give them the facts, and not kind of, and not lie to them about what is not wrong with it, right?
Yeah. Well, and see, and that right there, like, let's say someone saw that reel, because it was a reel. I think it was a 60-second reel that they took. They see that on Tatooine's Instagram feed. They see it on their YouTube feed, whatever it is. They're like, oh, John from the Collector's Outpost is backing this product. Now they ordered this product. What if they don't get what they actually ordered? Well, John said it was this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, don't look at me. I don't back them. Now you as a company are making me as a reviewer who has built, a pretty good little community in a year. You're making me look like an ass.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Now you're trying to destroy what I'm trying to build. And for me, I'm like, I have met such great people over the last year. You know what I mean? Like such a great
Hmm.
community. You know what I mean?
It is.
And
Yeah.
like, and it's like some of them are reviewers as well. Some of them are smaller content creators. Some of them are they're just fans. They like Star Wars. They like lightsabers. You know what I mean? So it's like
Right.
for someone to come along, take your thing. It's like, well, John's backing this. No, I'm not. I don't know what you're going to deliver. You know what I mean? So it's like that
Hmm.
makes you as a person, as someone who's trying to be honest. You know what? There's even lightsabers I haven't reviewed because I just didn't want to rip it apart. Like I specifically have this one. It's yet again like another version of the TXQ Luke lightsaber. They had this version, which was the first weathered version they put out. Then they put out another
Right.
one, which was like a gunmetal one. Then they put out another version. Then they changed the buttons, and like this one just came in, doesn't have any lights on it. I'm like, it is the most inconsistent thing you can possibly do as a manufacturer on their end. So, but
Hmm.
I also have to think of the people I'm working with. You know what I mean? Like that one was sent over, as well from Vader Sabers.
Hmm.
And it's like, if I'm going to sit here and destroy this hilt, then I'm making the company that's just reselling it look really bad. You know what I
Right.
mean? And it's not their fault. They're selling, they're reselling these versions. They're not manufacturing it. So if I sit there and tear that apart, the watchers, the viewers are going to think, oh, he's ripping Vader sabers apart. He's ripping Art sabers apart. He's ripping Neo sabers apart. You know what I mean? I've worked with all of
Hmm.
them, but there are things in hilts that, let's say there was a Tara Malikos hilt that I reviewed that came in from Neo sabers, right? Hilt was beautiful. It's got a nice weight to it. I thought the build was great. Profi board, it was great. The inside had a wire that was exposed that got snagged while I put it in and turned it in. And I put it
Yeah.
on the video. I was like, you gotta be careful of this. Everything else is great, but it had an exposed wire in a really bad place. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
From the manufacturer. And I had to solder it back together. So you guys have to be really careful on how you do this.
Yeah.
So it's
And,
like
and
a certain way to go about things to you make a joke about it, to make it fun, to not destroy somebody at something that they really didn't have anything to do with.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because
Hmm.
hey, maybe I just got a bad copy. I had gotten actually this specific one here. Sorry.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
The Anakin episode 3, the Skinny Flex. The
Hmm.
original, you actually watched this in the review I did. The original version that Art Saber sent me was broken. So I
Hmm.
went back and forth with them a little bit. They sent me a shipping label. They sent it back to them. It took about a month or so. It's all in the video. You can see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't hide anything. They replaced it in full. I did my new video, and it's all there. It's everything that happened to it was there. I had footage from my phone, put it all there, because
Hmm.
I wanted people to see that. I've heard like bad things about Art Sabers, with returns. I'm like, I can't confirm that because it hasn't happened to me. Here's the
Right.
footage I had. Here's a broken thing, and I paid for it out of my pocket. That hilt, you know what I mean? And they replaced it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
And
So for me, that was
yeah.
good content to show. Well, here I paid for it with my own money, and they held up to their end and they replaced it for me.
Yeah. So it showcased good customer service on their end
Yes.
because it when it showcased the good customer service because when you showcased that particular hilt there was a mutual trust factor in all of that because they knew that you were reviewing their saber. It came as a little bit of a lemon. They said, okay, send it back or send you another one. And they did. And again, that goes back to the trust factor, which was also mutual respect, right? Because you showcase a lot of that. And I'm sorry, I'll be kind of repeating myself here over and over again but I'm so used to doing this at work, it's just kind of hard to not repeat myself 1,000 times. But again, with individuals and with companies like that, they're making sure that their sabers, their reputation is not going to be put on the line.
Yeah.
Because once you have a reputation of a crap, of something crappy, people are going to start losing interest in you as a company and so forth, right? And me personally, if I see a hilt that's coming in, I bought a hilt, it's messed up, I send it back. They send me another one, but it keeps getting messed up because whoever on their end is like not taking their time, not doing their thing, and I gotta take it back again and say, hey, dude, you know what? This is kind of messing with my money because we're going back and forth. Not only mine, but yours as well,
Oh yeah.
right? It
Right.
costs money to go back and forth between the company and you, no matter what. And for somebody like myself who doesn't have that much money, well, then, let's say they send it back, you know, a third time and it just doesn't work. And it's like, my God, guys, I sent it back twice. How come it is not working the way it's supposed to be? Because his honest reviews are crucial in this community, and that's what we dig videos. John, kudos. And Titan says, yes, we agree that he'll review videos. Yes, everybody loves the reviews. I mean, especially myself, right? Um, and again, if you're going to have, something, if you're going to send out something that you are not backing yourself up as a company, why even make that product in the first place if you can't deliver what you're making? And then you got to take somebody else's hard work to showcase something that you don't even actually have. I mean, no. And
And
it's
in like even that whole section, there are certain companies that do manufacture their own things, but uh, like KR, SP
yeah.
Sabers, like I think Vader's Vault as well. Even if they outsource it a
Hmm.
little bit, you know what I mean, to whatever designer, whatever. They're
Right.
still, they have their hand in the manufacturing and how it's going to look and the ultimate end results of whatever's going out there. For companies like Vader Sabers, Art Sabers, Neo Sabers, Tatooine Sabers, they're literally all the same hilts from the same exact two companies. It's LGT Nexus and it's TXQ.
Hmm.
That's where
Hmm.
everything comes from, no matter who you order it from. Right
Hmm.
now, it really what it comes down to for me, I'm like, yeah, you could order from this person, that person, this person, or that person, and maybe the prices will fluctuate just a little bit between them. For me, what it comes down to is how are you treating the people who are buying from you? I'm a business owner, and I've been a business owner for 20 some odd years. I've been a professional touring musician. I've been a studio owner. I've had my own recording studio. I've dealt with clients and fans and everything literally my whole life. As I
Hmm.
mean, I have a gold album right in front of me that some of
Hmm.
you maybe have seen. And if I would treat my fans like crap on tour, guess what I lose? I lose fans.
Yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
matter how good my music is, or if I have a gold album, or how many soundtracks I have music on, or anything. You know what I mean? If I treat people like crap, or my customer service is shit, there goes your base of fans, and there goes your base of customers, and there goes the trust that the general public has in you as a reviewer, as a company, as a band, as a whatever. You know what I mean? And when somebody
Hmm.
is out there busting their ass to write content for a description, to make a thumbnail, to make a reel, whatever it is, that is their stuff
Hmm.
and should not be stolen. To
Right.
use your own profit with no compensation or anything, or without even permission.
Right.
You know?
Now, how quick would you? Here's a scenario for you, John. Now, how quick would you say? Let's say, hey, John, man, and I email you, and I say, John, man, can I use this specific hilt picture? And because I plan on doing this. Now, would you be willing to say yes or no based on this? I'll give you the whole scenario on what's going on, and for your compensation, I'll make sure that your name is the original creator. I'll send you a couple of, let's say, couple of clamp cards for, a small compensation, and this and that. Now, would that be so easy? Would that be an easy way for you to say yes to somebody if they
So
did something like that?
the exact scenario that you're talking about right now of a content creator coming to me asking to use my work for, and I'm not going to bring up the YouTube channel's name because
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
friends with them, and some of you may know it because I don't
Right.
know exactly what he's doing.
Hmm.
But I'm friends with him. He's cool, and but he came to me. He said, "I love your photography with your hilts and everything. Can I use some of your generic hilts on a possible new channel that I might be making, as background wallpaper, blah, 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 put your logos on it."
Hmm.
I said, I appreciate it, but I'll be honest with you. No, I want my stuff that I made, exclusively on my channel,
Hmm.
because if people go to your channel, as much as we could be friends, you know what I mean? I want
Hmm.
them to see the work that I do on my channel. I'm not amazing at what I do, but the stuff that I do, I want for me. I don't want other people using. You know
Right.
what I mean? So now, like let's say maybe you've got 100,000 followers. Now, I'm gonna say, well, yeah, here's my really cool pictures that you really like, and that everybody else is gonna see on your channel, and now think that it's yours when it's actually mine. You know what I mean? Exposure in my world as a musician, as a photographer, as a cinematographer, as a guy who's been on stage and a guy who's been on radio and worked with musicians and film, exposure pretty much does nothing to pay the bills. Exposure
Right.
doesn't get me fans. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't make
Hmm.
much of anything on YouTube. It's
Hmm.
for fun. You know what I mean? But I still would
Right.
like, it, there's something that to be said about you have a sound, you have a look,
Hmm.
you have a feel. You know what I mean? And I want that to
Right.
be mine. Even if you're going to copy it, I still want my stuff to be mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, I
Exactly.
don't see anybody else out there making these cinematic intros and filming with multiple cameras for lightsabers. I see it in other things. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? But it's just the background I have. I have a cinema background, I have a music background, and I have a production background. So I was like, let me use it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And that's the way it should go, like I said, but it's a mutual respect. And so,
Yes.
for the folks that are watching out there, so you heard it from him specifically, it even though he may say no and that's the way he feels, someone may say yes, but it is mutual respect of asking the creator themselves whether it would be fine or not. And then, don't if he says no, you can't get mad. Don't take it. I mean, come on.
But you know, like,
That's
let's say if this channel content creator or somebody else, it could be a company, like if they
Mhm.
said, I really like what you did here. Can I pay you and send you this to do that? Yeah, that's what I do for a living. I make content for people. Right now I do real estate photography and real estate video production and stuff like that. I make content for them for
Mhm.
their reels and stuff like that, and I'm paid. I'm compensated for my
Right.
time and my efforts. So yeah, it's
Exactly.
my look, it's my feel, it's my production, but I was paid for it. Just like any of the guys that worked on Star Wars back in '77, they got paid even though it was their mind that put Luke Skywalker's hilt together. It was some creator's mind that grabbed a Rolls-Royce engine piece and a machine gun piece and a grenade and a sink and put Obi-Wan Kenobi together. They were paid.
Absolutely.
They were paid.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah, their
And they
mind
put
did it, but they were paid.
right, and they put their reputations on the line as creators for the things that they got paid for. Whether it came out great or not. Of course, we all know what it did, but at the same time, Disney, George Lucas trusted these guys to pull their minds together and pull off what we love now. I mean, that was the whole thing.
And none of them knew it
Hey,
was going to do anything. You know what I mean?
no, and from what I was listening to on one of the documentaries, that George Lucas actually went with Steven Spielberg to something else because he didn't want to be at the opening of Star Wars because he thought it was gonna
Oh,
he
what?
was gonna
Weren't you, like, across the street
bomb.
or something?
Yeah, it was right
Yeah.
across the street, literally. He was gonna go watch something with with Steven Spielberg. Oh, for Indiana Jones, I think it was. And BK, hey, this topic is heated, baby. I need a drink. Laugh out loud. Well, I got a drink for you, BK. But yeah, man, Lucas thought he was gonna bomb. He didn't realize what, what gem of the movies that he came out with.
Yeah, yeah, but you know
And
what?
so,
That scenario goes for everything, you know? Like, you don't know
mhm,
you're gonna make a classic movie. The guys that made Back to the Future, they didn't know the stupid, stupid DeLorean car was gonna be one of the most classic cinematic cars on Earth. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
They didn't know that. You know, I came into the YouTube thing, a year and a half actually, I was quite a few years before that, like 2016, but, I was just kinda joking around. I posted whatever, and then just decided I'm like, I'm gonna have a focus. Then I made one video of 7 lightsabers from Disney, and it started getting views and started getting some comments. So I was like, oh, you know what? I really want a NeoPixel one, which is where Tatooine came from because I just came across their ad. I was like, let me
Hmm.
buy it. Let me buy a NeoPixel, and then that went over really well, and it started getting more views. And be like, huh, there's something about this lightsaber thing that's working. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then Art Sabers came along and said, "Can we send you something for a review?" I was like, "For free?" And they were like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay," you know what I mean? And then yeah,
And the motor got running like, hmm.
because here's the thing, like it is impossible. Well, maybe not impossible, but it's near impossible to keep a YouTube channel, content channel, review channel going without being able to pay for it in some way to finance it.
Hmm.
And that's where getting affiliate links really
Hmm.
helps pay the bills. Like the affiliate links, help me, buy some of the figures to, it just reinvests back into itself. I'm not,
Right.
my bills, you know what I mean? But having these companies send you things for free to review gives me the content to get out to people. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And without that, it's virtually impossible to have a successful channel when you don't have content to put on there. You know what I mean? How am I supposed to have
Uh-huh.
a review channel or an unboxing channel with nothing to unbox because I can't afford it? You know what I mean?
That would be me. That would be me. But the way I pulled out, you know, when Anthony was gracious enough to let me take over, Mundo Madness Monday. This is the kind of thing that I kind of live for because I love talking to people and how we're talking right now. I'm drinking a beer, you're sitting across the table from me, and we're talking just like we were sitting across the table from each other about what's going on, right? So I've always been a person to come and talk to a lot of people, no matter what the topic. But the thing is that I feel in the saber community, I mean, there's a lot of content to talk about, but more or less, it's the good people that come around and make this world go round, and that's what I'm hoping for. Well, that's what I know what is going to happen to this channel, that it's going to keep getting, a little bit bigger and better, and I'm going to keep putting people on as long as they can and want to come on, and talk about, just to hang out, BS, talk about what's going on within the Saber community, whether it be a few problems, whether we have to do a rant and put some information out there for the newbies, or just kind of talk about, the Sabers that are coming out and what they're all about, the new company, who the new company is, and what the new Saber is coming out. That's information, and information for people is, that's power, right? You have informational power. But you don't want people to come in and have. I want people to come in my channel and have, well, Anthony's channel, but also, my Mundo show. Because I got to give praise to Anthony. Without Anthony, without Space Windu, without Civilized Sabers, there'd be no Mundo Monday. So, got to put this out there for everybody who likes, Civilized Sabers. Make sure you like and subscribe to them, and hit up Space Window because, without him, there'd be no Mundo Monday, right? God bless him. So again, BK says, "Drink to Mundo Madness Monday." um, so again, going back to, I want people to feel comfortable coming onto the show and understand that you know we're coming here to have a good time, but if we need to talk about something that we need to help people understand, and by golly, we're going to get that information out to them. Because again, for my own personal beliefs, I feel responsibility to help people such as myself who don't have much money but they save up to get that badass hilt, or you've got kids that are saving their money. They go and they do lawns and they do chores and they save their money and they say, "Mom, Dad, hey, I want a Vader's vault, or I want, you know, 89 hilt. I want this hilt, you know," and they save it. And they, you know, we need to protect those kind of kids that deserve a good hilt for the money that they're saving up for,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
kids, adults, it doesn't really, it doesn't matter really. You know, there's, I mean, I'm 44 and I'm only getting into lightsaber collecting last year. You know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah.
I was 43. You know what I mean? My lightsabers were two Hasbro's from 10 years ago, and I was fine with it. You know, until I went to Disney, I was like, well, I'll take that, and that. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, you know how I really stumbled across the NeoPixel thing because I wasn't really looking. I was at Galaxy's Edge buying lightsabers, and I was like, you know what? I want to stay at night because I want to see this Star Wars world lit up at night.
Mhm.
As a photographer, lighting and nighttime stuff, it's a dream. You know what I mean? To
Oh
be
yeah. Oh
because
yeah.
that Batu area is one thing during the day, but when everything turns on at night and the mountains light up, it's incredible. And that is when and where lightsabers shine. I saw, and I
Mhm.
actually have it. I think there's a clip of it on my my travel video from that thing. I saw a couple of guys over in the far corner playing with the brightest lightsabers I've ever seen, and I turned on mine from Disney. I'm like, what do you have? Because this this is like a 2-watt flashlight compared to what you have, you know. And from that specific moment, I was on the
Know what you
hunt
think.
for better lightsabers. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's got to be
Uh-huh.
something more. Like, what were those things? You know, there's got to be something more out there. You know, and then it
Right.
just started building and building, and then that brings me to Anthony. All right, he makes some of the best, and I trust me, I understand it's out of people's price range. You know, to everyone's got their own. I can't afford a Ferrari. I want one. I can't afford a Corvette.
Exactly.
I want one. You know, I
Exactly.
shoot almost daily houses that are worth $3 million that my whole house fits in their bathroom. I can't afford it,
Hmm.
but I don't hate on it. You know what I mean?
Right.
I enjoy it. You know, I enjoy it for those people. I enjoy photographing and filming it and whatever. You know what I mean? So if people can afford something like so like last night I put out the, I don't know if you saw it, the Graflex with the crystal chamber,
Oh man, that was such a
and
great vid, man.
I used the Quad Star. My God, is that such a great blade? You know what I mean? Like totally, you
Yes.
know, and I totally get it. It's, I mean, even, you know, Anthony had said it too, you know, like the Quad Stars and the Pentastar. It's a novelty thing. You know, people just want to
Exactly.
say, hey, I'm swinging around 500 LEDs. I'm swinging around 1,000 LEDs, whatever it is. You know what I mean? The crystal chamber thing, you know, like in the Graflex. Is it cool looking? Damn right it is. Do you need it? No. Can you save $500 on that hilt so it just displays really nice and feels great? Absolutely. You don't need it. But some people, not me, some people have the funds to be able to afford stuff like that. And hey, go and do it, man. Get your Corvettes, get your Ferraris, get your Quad Stars and Pentastars and crystal chamber lightsabers that spin, and do it, man. Have fun. But at the, you know, and don't hate on the people that have it, because
Right.
I can't tell you how many comments I got. Yeah, well, if I could afford to pay my bills, I would get one. I'm like, all right, I can't afford it. I work my ass off on my channel to be able to get these things in, to be able to do
Hmm.
this, you know, and somebody else might be making $500,000 a year. Have you seen the
Right.
guy who has the $1 million Star Wars movie theater at home?
I think I have, but I'm not sure.
I'll
I'll
send you
have
a
to look
link.
it up.
I'll send you
Yes.
a link. Top of the line sound systems, the whole thing was made. He must own a construction company, because it was like a whole crew of people there. You know, it was
Right.
like a $12 million home. The whole, I mean, he had like a walkway when you walk in with
Right.
statues of busts of Vader and Boba Fett and racks of lightsabers, like you were walking down a hallway in a Death Star to walk into the theater. It's over $1 million. Would I like it? Yeah. Can I afford it? Absolutely not.
Right.
You
And
know what
see,
I mean?
somebody like yeah, absolutely. And somebody like myself, I would have to save over a year and a half just to get something, pretty decent, right? You're
Yeah.
looking at, a $400 or $500 hilt. Shit, man, that's gonna take me half a year. Cause, as much as I work, I still have my bills first. My bills and my family, my girls, my kids, they all come first. And then my play money comes in later on,
Right.
right? So, you got to make sure that you have your priorities straight.
Right.
And especially if you're doing certain things, if you're building content, if you're making, hilts and stuff, make sure you balance everything out too, because, what is it worth losing your reputation, losing your family, losing everything for, stuff that you can't really afford to do, or even, put out there, that, you're trying to put something out that you can't really put out.
Yeah.
And I tell you, in this community, a lot of good people. There's a few bad apples, right? But a lot of good people, like Jim says, and a few bad apples. But the thing is that there is a lot of respect within this community, and those who look at your content, those who look at KR, those who look at, the reviewers for honest reviews, honest content, and so forth. One of the things, the reason I also do live and I don't edit my videos is because, again, and I'll say this over and over, you cannot edit life, right? No matter what you do, you're gonna have your hiccups in life. You're gonna have your mess ups. You're gonna have this. You're gonna have that. And you just have to roll with the flow. Roll with the punches, and move on, move forward. And I enjoy this, and so whether we make money on it or not, I really don't care. My biggest thrill, John, is me talking to you right here. This is what I live for, and what I want people to feel, as if that they can sit across the table with us, bullshit with us, talk Star Wars, and have a great day, because let's say they had the shittiest day in the world for that day, and they come and they talk to us and say, hey, you know what? Yeah, this, and that. And guess what? When we get off, they're happy as hell. That,
Yeah.
man, Mundo made my day. John made my day. I look forward to this because you know what? It's fun. He's talking about shit that I enjoy to talk about.
And you know what's
Well,
also fun about it? My channel was almost, it was kind of a rehab for me in a sense, because I was going through, we were just getting through a pandemic. You know, I was going through some
hmm
real crap time. I lost my first dog, I lost my dad, then I lost my second dog. You know, it was depression city. You know, I
hmm
don't have many friends. You know, I'm originally from Queens, moved down here. I haven't really met anybody living down, in central Jersey. You know, there's not many people here that I know.
yeah.
Uh,
Well, you
so
got a friend here in Texas, buddy.
there you go. Yeah, it was actually really cool that I found out that Civilized Sabers was only a couple towns over from me, so that was awesome. You
That
know,
was that was really awesome, man. I
yeah,
saw you on the channel. I was all like, dude, that's
yeah.
badass.
But it's like this, which is why I hold this whole channel itself in such a high regard in my life, because last year, January, February, when I was first start, I didn't know anybody. I had nobody to talk to. I had no one to chat with throughout the day. All of a sudden, because of having fun on YouTube, and just making fun videos that I enjoy,
hmm
you know what I mean? And saying and seeing that, like, oh, this particular thing is getting some response, and it's actually something I
hmm
loved from my childhood, you know, it brought a whole community around the world to my doorstep. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I talk to people in Germany and China and Australia, like these the six scale sabers here. They're made from a guy, this awesome dude Chris in the Philippines. You know what I
Wow.
mean? We had started up a relationship with him, and he's such a cool guy. Um, and it's fantastic that the community that I found that I didn't have before YouTube. And it's literally
Absolutely.
comes down to, it's because of what I put out there, the people I meet. I'm trying to tell the truth, and I'm trying not to be fake. I'm trying to just be me. Like, when you see me laugh on a camera, it's because I'm stupid. You know what I mean? And I said something dumb or whatever. I made myself crack up or whatever it was. You know what I mean? And I
But
think
that's what it's all
that
about, man. That's what makes the world go round, dude. I mean, you got to be yourself, and I find that there's so many fake people in this world, but at the same time, there's a lot of good people, such as yourself. And if you keep yourself real, and again, that's what I do here. I try to keep myself as honest and as real as I can because again, you're never going to edit life. Whether I have problems on, with the sound or whether the lighting and so forth like that, I make no excuses. Shit's gonna happen. Shit's gonna happen, and I just go with
I did
it.
a live stream earlier just unboxing these little stupid things, and I listened back for 2 seconds. I'm like, the audio was too loud. Like my background music. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
but it's all, but it's good. But it's good because you find your little faults and your little deals, and you're like, okay, I'll fix this time.
yeah.
But again, it goes to being a good person that is trustworthy within the community, and that people can look forward to seeing your content because you tell it what it is. Jim's infectious laugh. So
It's the
again,
laugh. It's the laugh of an idiot.
you know what? We need more humor in this world. There is just not enough of it to go around, man.
Well, that's why I have Buddy now. He
Buddy,
does
yeah.
some of my skits, and soon Tank is going to join, and he's going to be in some of the skits.
And that's gonna be a lot of fun. I love the way what you did with Buddy. That was hilarious, man. I liked it. It was cool, man. I was all like, dude,
Yeah.
that's badass. I'm like, man, that is so awesome, dude.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's like having another character to put a different personality in. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I can let something like Buddy. I mean, I've only done 2 things with him so far, but you learn that you can put a different personality in a different character, like an actor would, or a guy with a puppet. You ever watch Jeff Dunham at all? You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah,
every one of
yeah.
his puppets have a different character, and you can kind of do that through editing and cutting back and forth. I can give
Mhm.
Buddy a personality. You know what I mean? So it's just fun, stupid things that if I at some whatever time I can make somebody just enjoy a lightsaber or learn something or just laugh because Buddy thinks I'm having a damn stroke. You know what I mean?
That's how I am with R2. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
R2's got
man.
no batteries in right now. But right now, after saying that, R2 would be going. "Wah!" I mean, he'd be
Right?
screaming, man. You know.
You got to treat your electronics better. You can't let them die.
No, no, no. He got too excited when Cal came on, man. It burned his batteries out.
Oh, well, yeah. Fried his
No.
resistors.
So yeah, no. By the end of the week, man, I'll get some new batteries for him, and he'll be back on Mundo Monday. So yeah, he's my co-pilot, man. I miss him already. I miss his little scream. So Rich just joined us. Welcome, Rich, man. I'm glad you stopped by, man. It's always good to see Rich. I had the pleasure of meeting Rich here in Corpus, man. He came and we were able to spend a little bit of time together, man. So here's to you, man, Rich. It was such a pleasure meeting him, and we're gonna do it again, and it'll be even better next time around. So, but going back to tonight's topic again, it's like John was saying, you want your content, your creation, your likeness, your hard work, your own. Okay. If you can't really get permission, if you got to steal and you lose your reputation, lose your self respect, and the respect of everybody else within the community, then get out, go somewhere else, do something else, because we don't want it here. We're a family here, and a Saber family, and people who love what we love. Whether you make your own, whether you buy your own, whether it's a different company that you enjoy, it doesn't matter. Okay. If you go to the companies that other people don't like, hey, it's what you like, it's what matters. Okay. But don't go be taking people's things that they work so hard to get out on here and make it your own when it really isn't. So if you're just trying to make money off of other people's things, I feel sorry for you because you'll never get anywhere in this world. You know?
You know what really sucked is that so many other creators had reached out about that and reposted I mean, that video's got, I think, close to 12,000 views in a day. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? But so many other people reached out that like, oh, they did the same thing to me. They did the same thing to me. They gave me the same excuse. Oh, we didn't know. You didn't know. You literally took my logos off. You posted it on your page.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
they
mean?
knew.
And then you told the same exact thing to another 20, 30, 40 other creators that you took the stuff from.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they
So
knew.
it's just like,
Yeah.
come on now. It's nuts. And then if you go to Vader Saber's website and then you go to their website and you read the descriptions, all they did was copy and paste it over.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
It is. It is really crazy. It's absolutely dumbfounding to come and see things like that. But again, we got a few bad apples in this world, but we're gonna keep it positive and make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe to John here, in Collector's Outpost. He throws out some amazing content, and I really think that everybody that came out, Jim, Cinzy, Titan, Felicia, everybody here, Meg Tooth, I love all you guys. I can't imagine that, without you guys being here and without Anthony Space Windu for, you know, it really warms my heart to make sure that I have good friends and good people on here to come on with me and talk. We need more love in the world, and it's unfortunate that this situation had come out. Well, we put it out there. We put that information out there for people who are coming in, and I'm hoping that they'll watch this content and understand what's going on. So if you do like this channel, Civilized Sabers, and you watch Anthony, right? Civilized Sabers, like and subscribe. If you go, you can also go to my channel, which is at Mundo Cabrera 7007, right? You can go over there if you're having a hard time doing the Civilized Sabers. You can go over there and check out my channel because everything that you see here on Civilized Sabers, my channel is just the same content. So if you like what's here, it's the same thing over there.
Did
So
you steal it?
you can also. What's
Did you
that?
steal it?
No, sir. It's a Mundo Madness. It's Mundo Madness
You
Monday.
own your content.
I do. I am part. I am part of Civilized Sabers, but I have my own channel with in conjunction with Civilized Sabers. You know, and Anthony is totally aware of it, and he goes and he will tell people you can go to the Mundo channel and see the same thing on Civilized Sabers.
I love that
So
guy. He's awesome.
yeah, me too. I do. I mean, my gosh, I hope I get a chance to go and stay with him one day in Jersey, man, or one weekend, and I certainly invite him to come out this way too. So we have plans, and I've got some people that want to come stay with me one weekend at my ranch. So we'll make it happen. And John, if you ever have the time, man, you're more than welcome to come too.
Yeah, man.
So You might be able to make some good content out of that.
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt.
So, but man, you can't beat just sitting around a good fire with a nice steak and some good conversation. You know, a couple
Hmm.
of beers don't hurt either. Okay, guys. So for Civilized Sabers, for Collectors Outpost, and Mundo Man, I bid you guys a good night. John, thank you so much for an amazing evening, my friend.
Sure,
And
man. Thanks for
again,
having me.
everybody, thank you for stopping by. Love you guys. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and brand it out. And I don't know if I'm gonna do the short or the mid version of Mundo. Here we go.
In here, we pour whiskey.